Alright guys, quick little video. I want to talk about Condor Tactical and whether or not Condor Tactical gear, their mag pouches, all their stuff is worth it or not, okay? Condor Tactical is not a US company, or I should say their gear is not made in the USA, so that's automatically, boom, that's one downside to it. But I was in the market for a battle belt setup like this, and as kind of just a backup to my vest here. My primary vest here is all milsurp stuff. This stuff cost me milsurp on eBay. I mean, like, it was like 40 bucks, I think, for this whole setup. You know, I've got 3 double mag pouches for the AR, a couple pistol pouches, the vest, canteen pouch I use for an IFAK. I mean, really cheap to get gear like this. But I wanted something a little bit quicker and easier to, you know, get in and out of, okay? It's whether you can use it for as a home defense setup, because you can just snap this around your waist really quickly, or just a quick trip to the range. I wanted something like that. And so I was looking for a battle belt setup, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money because I hadn't spent a lot of money on this stuff. So of course you start looking through the usual suspects. You know, you check out your cheap crap, you know, your UTG, and I've had UTG stuff like this before and I wasn't happy with it, so I really didn't want to do that, but the price was right. All the way up to, you know, you start getting the more expensive stuff like the Maxpedition and that kind of thing, and then somewhere in the middle where you're looking at 511 Tactical and all that. Well, one name that kept coming up when I was doing a lot of the research on this, and when I was talking to people who actually knew, I've got a really good friend of mine who was in Afghanistan for several years, and he was in the military. And the name that kept popping up and that he specifically said was Condor Tactical. Try them out. He's like, I had a lot of Condor Tactical gear. A lot of the guys I was over with bought Condor Tactical gear to replace their military issued stuff. It held up well. In fact, he showed me he's still got his old plate carrier, which he got. It was a Condor Tactical plate carrier. He said it held up far better than his military issued gear. And so I was like, you know what, I'm down with it. That's good enough for me. If he likes it, it seemed to be pretty well liked online, although a lot of people do refer to it as airsoft gear, and it does have the downside of being made in China. I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, because price-wise, it fit, okay? Price-wise, it has more in common with UTG than it does higher-end stuff like Maxpedition. But, you know, hey, people were talking good about it, so I thought I'd go ahead and give it a shot anyway. It wasn't that expensive, although even though this is far less versatile than this setup is, it was more expensive. And that's because there's not a lot of milsurp battle belts, or really any milsurp battle belt gear laying around. Now I could have gone cheap and you know, gone with cheaper milsurp mag pouch and that kind of thing, but I wanted to go all Condor gear to try it out. So this basically consists of 3 components outside of the holster, which is of course something I already had. You've got the Gen 2 belt itself. This is what they call their Gen 2 battle belt. Then you've got your tactical belt, which holds it all together. It rides inside the battle belt. And then we've got a kangaroo pouch. Now, kangaroo pouches come like this. It'll hold an AR mag and a pistol mag. You can get it triple mag pouch, double mag pouch, or single mag pouch. So I put this setup together, and that pretty much covers everything I wanted to do. Very simple, very basic. AR mags, pistol mags, holster, boom, ready to go. You can also get this for AK if you want. Ordered it up, very cheap, inexpensive compared to the other stuff out there on the market. Cost about 60 bucks total. It was 20 bucks for the battle belt, 20 bucks for the tactical belt, and 20 bucks for the mag pouch. So 60 bucks altogether. Again, this stuff is actually cheaper to get, but you got to compare this to what's available out there in a battle belt setup, which is far more expensive. A lot of these belts out here, just like this, just a tactical belt like this, can cost, you know, anywhere from 40 to 60 bucks. These mag pouches can cost anywhere from, you know, 30 to 50 and so on. So for the price, or for what you're getting, it was a good price, and again, more in line with the price of a UTG than something like a Maxpedition. But as soon as it came in, I wanted to check 2 things, because there's 2 things you want to check when you're talking about tactical gear like this, when you're talking about mag pouch and that kind of thing. You want to check materials, and you want to check stitching. And when I checked the materials and the stitching on this, it was very, very evident that it was far better than this milsurp stuff. Okay, it was far better than this Michael Bianco stuff. Now, materials-wise, we've got stuff like this. This is Top Gear. You know, materials are different. This is more of a canvas, whereas this is a nylon. But stitching-wise, this stuff is actually just as good as anything like this. It's far better than UTG. I compared it to a Maxpedition wallet I've got, and I mean, the materials and the stitching, I mean, they looked identical. So, all in all, I'm very happy with the quality of this at this point. I'm happy with the reputation, with the, you know, with what I've heard other people say about it. So, first impressions here, my ideas on Condor Tactical gear is it's a go. If you don't mind it being made in China, and if you're a little bit on a budget, it's definitely something I will recommend. It's definitely something that looks very well made. The stitching is very well done. The materials are well done, and it does fit, you know, certain uses. Okay, if you're looking for something like a combat belt that you can't get milsurp and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is definitely a good option. So anyway, that's it. Appreciate you watching. Hope somebody out there found it useful, and we will talk to you later. Thanks.